Hello and welcome to Using Old Source Code episode 10, I believe. In this tutorial I'm going to introduce you to the almighty AllCode. AllCode is a library and include compilation that I have put together that has all of the DirectX from all the way back to DirectX 7, I believe, OpenGL and Windows SDK files in it. The goal here is that you'll be able to take any book, and as long as the code, as far as the C++ syntax and everything is correct, there's no obvious errors or bugs, you'll be able to code it and you'll be able to run the program. I just got through testing it with Andrea Lamoth's freakout, and I just found out that Cam Studio cannot be used by me, so we're running Screen Virtuoso, and I don't know how this is going to come out. Because Cam Studio will not record the screen when Freakout shows up, and I don't know how this will look on this recorder. I'm not using OCam anymore, so that doesn't give me many options, and I don't want to spend much more time doing videos tonight. Not trying to be rude or anything, but I've got to work tomorrow, and I'm very tired. And this was supposed to have been a very quick, simple tutorial, and it's become a process, and that's not what I wanted. In any case, I've tested with the Android Moth Breakout. I haven't tested with anything else, so I can't guarantee that it works for all situations. This only works for CodeBlocks. I don't know how to get it to work for Visual Studio yet. I'm in the process of figuring out. I would like to work through the book Programming a Multiplayer First-Person Shooter in DirectX by Vaughn Young. And that's why I started up this again. So this is just a real quick update to introduce you to this library. You can find the library here at my updated Using Old Source Code main page at High Tech Headache. It's a Google at Blogspot over here. There's the address. It'll be in the description if I remember. And you'll see that it says it's updated. All my videos are listed here. This one will probably not be here right away. And this is the link to the AllCode. And this is what AllCode looks like. It's just this, just an include and a bunch of stuff here. And just this. And I'll show you how to get CodeBlocks to point to it. And we'll have to test it over the next couple of weeks. Make sure that it's working. So, here's CodeBlocks. Hopefully we won't crash this time, because if I crash, then I won't be finishing this tutorial. I'm not going to go through it a third time. It's already been through it 2 or 3 times there already. So, pressing play. And there's Freakout. It's going to crash and have an error. It's only because I pressed escape to get out of there. It's probably not the best way to do it. But it is running. That's the main point. I don't know how it looked on your screen. To set it up is very simple. You just go up to Settings, and you go here to Compiler, if I remember correctly. And you've got a compiler settings here, and you've got a linker settings. And this is the latest version, 13.12. And I've got another update I've got to give you too. Search directory, I've taken out what I've had here before and showed you in the past, and now I just have it pointing to AllCode include. And then over here I have it pointing to, not over here, where is the other? Well, there's supposed to be another one. A library, oh okay, compiler is include, and then linker is the library, so there you go. Now, I don't know enough about the MinGW install. I remember from the earlier version of CodeBlocks that it wasn't able to run certain things. I don't have the MinGW library and include files, so I'm going to have to find those and add them to our AllCode directory if this becomes a problem. I don't know yet. And that brings me to my next thing. In setting up CodeBlocks before, I advised you to install MinGW into the CodeBlocks directory, because CodeBlocks MinGW version has MinGW in its installed directory. I thought it might as well just be installed there. Well, that no longer works as of this version of CodeBlocks. If you do that, you'll get an error, something about a missing or not properly, something about a file. It's underscore underscore and it has a name to it. And I didn't want to even try to bother with it, so I completely uninstalled CodeBlocks, and they've changed the installer from NGW, so it doesn't work as well as it did before. So I no longer recommend that course of action. And I don't know if this even needs to be here, this MinGW stuff. This may not even need to be here. I might only need to have the AllCode file links here. And you don't need to do the copy paste. Do you remember? Oh, well this shouldn't be here either. Okay, I have to test this and make sure that we're not screwed up. I might have just screwed everything up. I don't know. This should not be here. The idea here is to make sure that the AllCode files were all that you would need to be able to run, and if that's not the case, then I cannot encourage the use of it. I didn't realize that I had another. I forgot, I guess. Okay, so I'm moving it up one. I'll try to run it one more time. I hope it doesn't crash my cam program. I'm not using camcorder, but yeah, okay. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. Don't do that thing, and I'm going to put a note on the video too. That's no longer a relevant way to do it. I don't know how to work with MinGW at this time. I just installed the latest version of CodeBlocks with MinGW attached, and hopefully it'll run everything. I had problems before. Okay, we're still working, and it hasn't crashed my camera. So that's all good. And then I'll test and see how this video came out. So that's all I wanted to show you. That's how we're setting up CodeBlocks from now on and using old source code episodes. That's going to be our setup, and I'm going to assume that you've watched this video and set your system up accordingly. That you'll have the latest 13.12 or later version, the MinGW version of CodeBlocks installed. And that, and we're going to assume that you're not now installing MinGW additionally into the CodeBlocks directory, because that does not work anymore. So you're just installing the CodeBlocks with the install that has MinGW included, and you've set up the directories as I've shown you here under settings and compiler. When you get to linker, search directories, I mean, it's going to be the same for all three tabs. And the other thing I was going to show you was that you don't have to do the, yeah, I had a copy paste in here, or was it, I don't remember where that was now. There was a place where I had a big long list of stuff copy pasted. You don't need that anymore. That is no longer relevant and no longer needs, yeah, right here. That no longer needs to be done. You'll see that I have no link libraries here. And it's quite possible that this MinGW thing doesn't have to be here either. We'll see. I want to just leave it there for now. So that concludes this tutorial, and look for new episodes coming relatively soon. Thank you.